Welcome back. You're watching The Breakfast Club, and we're taking you now to something very different from what we were discussing before. It's day 5 of the National Nutrition Week, and today, right here on the show, we're focusing on gut health and its impact on overall wellness. Is eating food at a particular time daily important? Could it result in a happy gut? What is the symbiotic relationship, because we call it symbiotic, but between us and the different kinds of microorganisms that you find in your gut?
And there are millions of them. We're looking at gut being as important as keeping ourselves in shape. Next, we'll also be sort of tossing and turning around in bed. Remember, sleep deprivation, enemy of a healthy gut as well. So if you thought that agar neend nahi aa rahi, it's got to do with your mental status, it could actually do a lot with how your gut is feeling. Fancy foods to detox diets to what quantity of carbs is right for your body, all of that is what we look at.
We'll also look to understand whether an all-vegetarian diet could be the answer. Could lower levels of gut inflammation then take place? We'll also look to understand different types of stress management practices. What does meditation, deep breathing have to do with your gut? We'll get to know that. We'll also see how gut health in its entirety can be looked after.
All right, so the relationship between stress, diet, gut, your brain, all of that is a beautiful symphony. And to decode that with us, we've got a guest on the program. Kavita Devan is a nutritionist, also an author. She joins us on the program. Hi Kavita, good morning. Good to have you back on TVC. Want to first understand this, so much has been said about gut being your second brain, about gut biome, how rich it is really defines what your mood will be like, the whole gut feeling coming from actually the gut. So just give us the basics here. What is the gut doing to your brain, and what signals is it sending when?
Good morning. So the first question I usually ask all my clients is, are you having a good morning? Is your gut happy? Because only then you would have a good morning. It's that important, literally. Because the only thing, literally, Sonal, that I think modern medicine and Ayurveda, convene on right from the outset is the fact that gut is the seat of our health. Ayurveda has been saying that forever, we know that. Hippocrates, the scientist who's considered to be the father of modern medicine, said the same. So absolutely, it's non-negotiable, your gut's health. That said, the important thing is that what you eat doesn't affect just your gut. That is something everyone needs to understand. Your gut decides the health of your entire body. So whether we are talking about your brain's health, your mood, like you mentioned, or we are talking about our skin, the glow of our skin, it goes to that extent. So the bacteria, the millions of them, which you mentioned, which populate our gut, are the boss, literally. So you keep them happy and they keep your health happy. So your longevity, your immunity, your brain's health, your heart's health, avoidance of autoimmune disorders, skin disorders, literally you name it. And if you can take care of your gut, you can probably prevent and also help sort them out. It's that important. So those bacteria are calling the shots.
So Kavita, tell us, if our audiences are watching right now and they're wondering, do I have a healthy gut or not? Is the clearest indicator just, whether you're passing stool regularly at the same time every single day? Is that the clearest indicator? Are there other things we should be looking out for?
So it begins with that. Your gut, of course, gives you symptoms and signals. So heartburn, acidity, indigestion, food allergies developing. So it just keeps going one step up the other. You don't listen to the first signal, the second one will come. You don't listen to the second one, the third one will come. And then, like I mentioned, all the chronic disorders are also symptoms gone wrong. Literally, if you keep ignoring it for some time, then, or if you try to do band-aids, like, pop a Pantacid or a antacid in the morning every day and hope that everything is sorted, then over the time, these symptoms will be like a domino effect, right? They'll keep collecting, and it'll lead to whatever is weakest in your body. So your thyroid is the weakest, maybe that'll get affected first. Insomnia could be a symptom. So there are different symptoms in different people depending on the state of their body. So whichever is the weakest link will fall first.
Got it. But Kavita, isn't your gut biome also constantly sort of getting populated and repopulated, getting more diverse, then sort of, it's an ever evolving thing, right? So there's no one set of food that you eat which is right for your gut. Everybody keeps talking about how diversifying your exposure to different kind of food is really what keeps the boss in the tummy, like you said, really happy. So how does one go about that, and are there specific foods that lead to increasing the flora in your gut?
So your bacteria reflect what you eat. So every bite you take, you need to really consider that it's going straight to your stomach and it's going to change your microbiota. Which is why it's really important to eat a diverse diet, and the biggest rule of eating right is eating variety. Which is why fat diets are the worst for your microbiota, literally. You know, so that is how it works, the connection. You need to eat a varied diet. You need to eat a little bit of everything. Because if you stop eating something for the longest time, those bacteria would die. And trying to populate them back is a task.
Yeah.
So eating a bit of everything is the solution. But at the same time, we live in very toxic, very, very toxic times. It's not just the food. It's also the quality of food we are eating. It's also the pollution. It's also the stress levels. All of these also affect the gut bacteria. So you could be eating the best of the diets, but if you're not sleeping well, like you mentioned, or if you're way too stressed because of whatever reasons, personal, professional, then too, the good bacteria die. So the whole story is to make sure that we will always have good and bad bacteria in our stomach. To hope for anything otherwise is not possible, right? We just make sure good bacteria more and bad bacteria less. So there are ways to do that. And today, unfortunately, we need to weave them back. Earlier in our traditional diets, those ways were already entrenched. They were not explained to them, but people were following common sense, following those rules. So it was taking care of their gut. But today, we just need to, I feel, bring it back in our diet and lifestyle. So lifestyle has a huge role to play so that the gut population is happy on a daily basis.
Kavita, thank you for breaking that down for us. I hope our audiences were also looking at the do's and don'ts we've got up for you there on the screen. Kavita, thank you. I hope our audiences take this ahead. We hope you have a happy gut. Let's take you now